So GoPro says their media mod sounds even better on the Hero 12, and I really wanted to put it to the test. But also in my testing out, I found a really surprising feature. So let's get right to it and quickly because it's Thursday. This whole video I'm going to be using the Hero 12 and the media mod unless you see text that says otherwise. And if you're new to the whole GoPro thing, the media mod is a must if you want to have any external microphones, unless you want to get that old dinosaur 3.5mm adapter. But also with the media mod, you can do HDMI out, and that can be very helpful for you. So here we go, the Hero 12 and the media mod. Well, they say it sounds better. And here's the test. Okay, so this is with the wind reduction turned off. I mean, I don't really see a point unless it's like crazy windy, but if you already have, you know, these wind muffs that are on here, because there's not really much of a point in having wind reduction on. But I guess, how does it sound? I'm gonna keep talking. If you guys have any questions about the Hero 12, I'm trying to do my best to answer all of them, so make sure you drop a comment. And I'll just be switching between the 11 and the media mod, and the 12 and the media mod. And thank goodness for the sparkles on the front. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the two. All right, so now we have wind reduction turned on and just a like casual scenario, just so we can hear the difference between with it. If it is really windy out, I could see how that could be like a little bit helpful. Like if it was like really windy out. Yeah, how does it sound? I would love to know your opinion in the comments. All right, so let's just go ahead and put some wind to the test here. We're gonna go pretty fast on the skateboard, also trying to avoid, you know, getting hit by a car. But can you hear me clearly? I'm not talking super loud, but these are the built-in microphones with wind reduction turned off. But these are the built-in microphones with wind reduction turned off. Yeah, and it's kind of interesting because, you know, you don't really need wind reduction when you have a big wind muff on there. But if it's really, really windy, sometimes it does help at least to have it on auto. This is with wind reduction on, and let's go pretty fast and see if this makes a big difference. And the sound. This is with wind reduction on, and let's go pretty fast and see if this makes a big difference. And the sound. So yeah, basically I'm just rambling so that we can, you know, hear the difference later on. So yeah, basically I'm just rambling so that we can, you know, hear the difference later on. So, and by the way, if you want to change that wind reduction like easily, you can put the wind reduction in your shortcuts by just holding down one of the shortcuts, or if you go into your preset settings, you can go through and down at the bottom you see shortcuts, and you can add a bunch of different things there that might be helpful for you if you have to change things quite often. But to compare the two, I actually think that the 12 sounds better, yes. It basically sounds like they've added a little bit more bass to it, which is very needed because before that, it just sounded like a very cheap microphone. But the big new feature that they've added is that now you can have both front and rear mics recording at the same time. Before, you could just either pick the front or the rear or the camera microphones, which sound terrible when you have a media mod around it. But now you can select both. And that means before it would sound like this, like if I was talking and then I turn the camera over here and I'm talking from the back, it, you know, changes the sound a bit. And so now we have front and rear on, so if I turn this around and keep talking, you can hear me a lot more clearly. So if you're doing kind of like a tour or something and you wanted to talk to the camera, but then also turn it, and you can even see that there's a lot of wind happening right now, so you can get a good assessment of what the wind noise would be like. But it's nice to see that they're making improvements to the current system instead of having to get a whole new one. I mean, this system's been around for the last 4 generations now. But hey, sorry, time's up. So thanks again for joining me on another 30-second Thursday. Check down in the description for links to anything that we've been talking about. And yeah, stay tuned to the channel. A lot more GoPro stuff coming up, and I'll see you next time. Bye.